been at it for 20 years, which is
Congratulations.
and been fortunate to have him here in the Office of Secretary of State for the last couple of years, but prior to that, it was located within the Department of Personnel. And I would first like to call on Patrick Woods, who chaired the campaign. Why don't you come on up at the very beginning, right?
I was not at the very beginning. I came in about in the 90s as the chair
of the state committee.
And the unique thing was, as you know, it's an executive branch combined fund drive. I was in the legislature at the time. So being in the legislature, you're used to doing things and turning things upside down a little bit. I was the staff to the Commerce and Labor Committee, and so when I heard I was chair and I was delighted to be appointed, Randy had the job of trying to managing a legislative person to success. And those of us that have been around the legislature know that takes some doing. So we worked together, and what I loved about Randy is that he had this, you still have it, but in those days I'm looking back, the ability to let the chair catch the wind in their sails and really feel that they were making some major changes, and Randy helped guide you in ways that benefited the drive. One of the things that were done over the mansion, we had the breakfast in the mansion to try and, because the governors just weren't paying attention. You know, they were busy with other things. So we said, we've got to get there. Exactly, you've got it, you've got it. So the idea was, Lowry was the governor at the time, and we said, we just got to get their attention. So we said, okay, what do we want to do? So we said, well, we'll set up for a breakfast in the mansion. And lo and behold, the governor agreed to that, came and spoke, and then we found, whereas the governor was interested, the cabinet members weren't always as interested. So Randy and the team came together, and Scott was over the personnel during those days, and Dennis Karras was the chair. So we worked with Dennis, and we came up with this idea that we're going to have an annual report that would outline what agencies participated, and at what level, and what percentage point. And the reaction was, we can't do this! And the reason being, there were some agencies that didn't participate, and that didn't have anybody giving. So Randy guided through, and I remember Dennis came up to me later, because initially there was this dread, what's going to happen? We put this lovely report together, which outlined 0 and 0. Next year, Dennis informed me that each time he came to the cabinet meeting, the cabinet members would come up and say, how are we doing on that issue? Are we getting any better? And so, you know, Randy, I just want to congratulate you. You had the ability to gently and caringly and in a very unique way guide people's success. So I just want to give you a little cheer.
Scott Turner was the Deputy Director of Personnel, whatever your title was. And was the one who Randy reported to over in Personnel. This office has had a special relationship with him because he also served on the Washington State Productivity Board in this office. And then it was he we worked with during the transition. And what a terrific guy. He must have been great to work with over in Personnel. And Scott, why don't you say it?
Oh, okay. Well, thanks. Congratulations.
Nothing in detail.
Okay. Well, I can tell you, Randy and I have had great times. We've gotten in trouble together. I could really go through some things.
Times with Eva.
Yeah, I know. Bless her heart.
Did you guys always wear matching shirts when you worked together?
Yes.
Called the night before. Still do. No, it was a great opportunity to work with Randy. I think we worked from '91 to late 90s together and saw a lot of changes, as Patrick mentioned, with the program. The thing that was interesting to me is that when a new director was appointed, it was very rare that agency directors would get to go meet with them. But Randy Ryan always got to go meet with them. Because one of the things that we wanted every agency director to be aware of was exactly what Patrick talked about. That is the combined fund drive. How important it was to an agency. And so Randy would be out all the time meeting with these directors. The other thing that Randy does a great job of is a community committee. some of the committee members are here today and have traveled from Seattle, and that's really a great, I think, an indication of Randy's great work. But you can imagine taking a group of citizens and state employees and other state workers from institutions of higher education and coming together to put together a strategic plan. Charities were involved, and we have a couple of representatives from charities, which we really appreciate you being here today. We'd go off-site sometimes. One year we went to, I think, a Boeing cabin up in the mountains. And it was so snowed in that we literally had to take the food that we brought and put it on little sleds and pull it in. Anyway, some great times, but we had ups, we had downs, we tried some new things with third-party payers that didn't work out real well, but you know, we were willing to take some risks, calculated risks, and yeah, we're on the verge of getting into a little bit of trouble, but it always worked out well. Randy's a very, very hard worker, and he's very dedicated to what he believes in, so congratulations to you.
Thank you.
From the committee or charities, want to say something?
Well, I'll say something. I've really only worked with Randy.
We'll take off the camera.
Oh, I guess yeah. I've really only worked with Randy for a year and a half, and coming onto the combined fund drive, didn't know really anything about it, and here I'm going to be his supervisor. He's been doing this for 20 years, so he's been so gracious and so great to work with. And gosh, you just roll with the punches. I think we're kind of a I don't know what you say, wild group. But Randy just, you know, kind of handles it with us with care. And he has really taught us a lot about the combined fund drive. We admire you. I think we all respect you. And we're like, well, where is this rule or whatever you have? Is it written down somewhere? And we're finding out it's all up here. So we're like, oh, we have a week to capture it all. We've been trying to get as much as we can, but he has been a gem with the combined fund drive, and really going to miss you a lot, and really, really do respect everything you've done for us. So thank you so much.
Thanks.
Okay, on behalf of the state of Washington and the Office of Secretary of State, I want to present to Randy the Certificate of Appreciation, an honorable recognition of over 20 years of dedicated state service and his forthcoming retirement from the Office of Secretary of State Combined Fund Drive on the 31st of December 2012, in testimony whereof Secretary of State. And you can tell this is particularly important because not only does the Secretary of State have the official, original gold seal, but even blue ribbons.
Yeah.
So that's anyway, and wish you good luck.
Speech.
Well, those of you who know me for these 20 years, Tracy and Karen and Dean, working in the committee, don't give a whole lot of speeches. Try to keep words short so that other people can do what they're supposed to do. But one of the things that I have always tried to be guided by, even before coming to the state working in nonprofits, is there's a part of the Bible that where Jesus said, the poor will always be with us. That has guided me in what I try to do, because that's where the emphasis needs to be. And that's charity work. And so that's what I've been doing, and I love it. Now I'm going to continue doing that for who knows how long, but with this, with the new group. And I've enjoyed the Combined Fund Drive and all you folks working with you and doing this. It is going to be different. It's going to be a change. But I have to say that I've enjoyed, you know, all of this time, and I will miss it. And I'll miss the meeting with all of you, but I'll probably be calling on you or something. So, but anyway, thank you for all your help, you know, through the years and helping me, because it's not necessarily the staff of the Combined Fund Drive that that makes it a success. I believe that it's the volunteers. And Dennis Karras actually put it in that annual report, said that the volunteers are the backbone and the success of the campaign. And that's where, you know, all you folks that have volunteered for so long, that's what's important. So thank you.
Okay, well, we have cake, we have some more fruit.
I have
Oh,
presents.
Oh,
please.
This is not meant to be anticlimactic at all, but chocolate. And to remember us by a combined fund drive poster. University of Washington, and to remember me by a poster, a combined fund drive poster of me, signed.
We'll work something on eBay someday.
Come get this chocolate.
Yeah. There's the real support team right there.
Yeah.
No. She has been a real good support to me for so many years, and I could not have done all the things that I wanted to do. There's been times that I've been out and about, and she keeps saying, "Why are you gone so much?" But she's put up with me, and love her.
I'm just glad he's not retiring from me.
Okay, we have cake, we have fruit, we have, what are these cupcakes again?
Oh, they're vegan, they're gluten-free, they're delicious.
They're gluten-free.
They are delicious.